Hello, everyone. All right. I'm back. Um, Welcome to Ladies Night. Sorry about last week. Just had a little bit of a problem, so had to do it another time. Okay, and it was very, very hard. Not being able to do it live, especially with all that's been going on. YouTube Street, everything that's been going out. Um, in the wide world. So, all right. So let me start by saying thanks for coming. Our strong people, our regulars. All right. So, all right. So back into routine. We're going to do our copyright act to cover our bases and all. And then we're going to do a big chronicle. And we're going to talk about that before we move on to our topic, which we're kind of leaving open because it's a couple of things I'm going to talk about, but I'm open to other topics. Let's see. Let me cover my bases first. Yeah. Yeah, I use that phrases unless it's the boys and baseballs in my classroom, they don't know what I mean when I say cover my bases or cover my behinds. I have to tell them, hey, it's the same thing like covering uh your bases in baseball, except you covering yourself. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Let me widen it because I don't want to be scrolling down. All right. All right. Clear my throat. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use, I repeat, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, definitely, comments, oh, we're going to be commenting, news report, only for those who don't know, teaching, we're going to learn something new today. Scholarship or research is not an infringement of copyright. Alrighty. Oop. Oh, did I accidentally kick somebody out? All right. Let me put the link down again for any ladies that well actually I'm doing open panel, so not just the ladies, the gentlemen too want to come up. All right. So one of the topics to talk about. Okay, I've been saying for a while there that ladies don't need soap operas and drama and for their drama or the reality show shoots. We should start watching what the guys watch. ESPN. All kind of drama has been happening over there. Actually, been happening for quite a while. Just that we never really paid too much attention to it. I know as for me, even though I'm a fan, I'm about did my team lose or win, or did my teams lose and win? Not all into the statistics about this and that, unless I believe there's something wrong happened. I want to see, if they saw it too. Yeah, especially just before COVID, I saw all kind of football drama, football, basketball, any sports. But the most recent thing, if y'all hadn't heard, I don't know where y'all been hiding. Okay, okay, the Monday night football game. Game barely getting started. I ain't even moved there. Well, hey, it wasn't my team, so I wasn't in a hurry to go see who they were. But how they were playing, I probably might watch the last quarter of it. You know, that's the way I do. You ain't my team. I'm watching the last quarter. You know, but but all of a sudden I'm getting told this and that. Okay, Daryl Hamlin collapsed on the field. Turns out this was not no regular collapse. The air got knocked out of him. They got a concussion. No, 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 no. They had to bring the ambulance, perform CPR, rush them out. Turns out he had a heart attack. They had to tube him, to help him breathe, um, and all that. And then there was some word about a neurologist coming in to see if with that amount of CPR time they did, they worried that not enough oxygen got to his brain. Is he gonna be there mentally? So all that's word on the plate. The family, and this is a game. Family was there, friends were there, other players. This incident shook up the team. The game was stopped. They were in the first quarter, so nobody felt like playing. Players were upset, tears and shaking up because they ain't seen anything. Oh, if it's been broken bones, sprain, used to that. Concussion, used to that. A little concerned, but used to it. This was something different. This was very upset. Nobody was in the mood to play. There was a lot of prayers for the young man. Oh, hello, Black Knight. I guess I got into story telling mode, but for those that didn't know, okay, a lot of prayers for him. We saw football players praying. We saw both teams praying for the young guy. Hmm. Yeah, we also saw some commentators praying and emotional. We also saw some commentators say some thoughtless, almost heartless things and stuff like that. So there's another drama that was going on in that situation. Hmm. Okay, so good news with that. Okay, he's doing okay. He's doing remarkably well. Um, they removed the tube. He's breathing on his own. Friday, he was cognitive. He showed he's definitely cognitive. Friday, he talked FaceTime with his team. So that is a lot of relief. He's doing well. He still got some road to go. You don't just bounce back from a heart attack, but he's all signs showing he's doing very, very well. Uh-huh. So everybody's relieved. Um, prayers are answered, but continue to pray for him because, as we say, is now is the next part. But also what was happening, smaller drama because all kind of other dramas was going on. Some people missed this because I guess because he wasn't physically hurt. The player he collided with, or he that Hamill tried to tackle, T T Higgins. T Higgins, yeah, T Higgins. He also, though he wasn't physically hurt, he was emotional hurt because this was not something that they were used to. As I said, it was shaking up, and since he was the last player, the player in play, he was concerned. Did he do? Started, you know, rethinking. What did I do? Could I have done something different? So he was emotionally, spiritually hurting. But if we sometimes if we don't see blood or physical hurt, we don't pay attention to the spiritual and the emotional hurting that somebody's gone through. And then men toughen it out and stuff like that. They tend to say, "I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm good," and stuff like that. "I'm okay." But he did turn to his mom in that moment that it happened. Not too many people paid that close attention outside his teammates and his family and stuff like that. And as usual, commentators um, saying things incorrectly. Um, are saying things the wrong way where they have to re-talk about it. Um, some people started in social media saying it was his fault. Nobody's fault. It's a horrible accident. It happens in play. It could have,
Well,
as player ex player put it, it could have just as easily turned the other way.
you're talking about Damar Hamlin, right?
Lamar Hamlin and T. Higgins.
Yeah. I mean, I saw some of that, and I think the people who are blaming T. Higgins are absolutely crazy. There was no way it's there's no way he's to blame for that.
Mm-hmm.
It was an unfortunate incident that happened. The young man, Damar Hamilton, tackled high and with his chest. That's really not a good form tackle. Usually bad things happen when you tackle that way. And the young man got up and fell backwards and went into cardiac arrest. Extremely unfortunate. Probably one of them fluke things that happen, you know. But he's doing better now. So that's a good thing. And
Yeah.
you know what? Something strange happened. Everybody came together, Dan. The
Oh
whole
yeah.
NFL, fans from all over the place.
Yeah.
His foundation, he was trying to only raise $2,500. They ended up raising what, 7 million?
I think that's the last count. I still think is going up.
Yeah, 7 million. And
Mm-hmm.
people, you know, are coming together, man. This is a black man, and everybody is getting in on the action.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they didn't even. Okay, there was another situation that people probably don't know about. An ex Cleveland Brown named Peyton Hillis is in critical condition for saving his children from drowning.
No, didn't know that.
Right, and so that story never carried in the air because of the Hamlin. Now, usually, when something happened with black people, they'll try to drown it out with something happening to white people. They didn't do
Mm-hmm.
that this time.
Uh-huh.
They let the Peyton Hillis story stay in the back, and people still don't know that Peyton Hillis is in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they still don't know.
Oh.
They're concerned with Damar because it happened on Monday night. It happened in this era of football. Football was different when Peyton Hillis was playing. I think he played almost what? Well, it's almost 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so the league was different back then. Okay, this league is different now. So they want to focus on what happened. And it was unfortunate. Like I said, it was a fluke thing. The tackle wasn't very good. It wasn't a form tackle at all. And you can't blame T. Higgins.
No. Mm-hmm.
You know, the people who are blaming him are just crazy. Some people are just stupid. Seriously,
Mm-hmm.
some people are just stupid, man. Like,
Yeah.
stupid. Nah.
But Hamill's mom reached out to Higgins to let him know that it wasn't his fault. It's okay, and that he's doing good. Let him know how he was doing and that he was recovering, which eased
Of
the
course,
young guy's mind.
right. Of course, it's
So
not his
they,
fault. I mean, I'm not
Mhm,
saying Higgins should walk around with an S on his chest or anything like that. You
mhm,
know what I'm saying? You do want to remain humble and offer prayers, but it's not his fault.
mm-mm.
Okay. Well, he got the ball saying, "I'm going to hit this guy, make him have a heart attack." No, I am concerned about one thing though.
Uh-huh.
Him being that young and having a heart attack off of a
Yeah.
tackle that didn't seem pretty hard. But again, these guys hit hard. Okay, I'm an ex-ball player myself, That's how I ended up with my with my knees messed up because they do hit hard. I mean, I
Mhm.
never played in the NFL. I played on a college level. They hit and they're fierce on a college level, so I can imagine what's going on in the NFL.
Mhm.
Okay, and so it may look like the hit wasn't that hard, but in reality, it was because these guys are strong, man. Some of these wide receivers and quarterbacks bench press 500 pounds.
Mhm.
Okay,
Uh huh.
Terrell Owens was a wide receiver. He bench pressed 500 pounds. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, so these
Not to
guys are
mention they
strong.
got that added with speed.
Yeah, these guys are strong, man. They bench pressing minimum 350, 400, 500 pounds, and then they run fast too. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful, man. Who you you got to be careful the way you play the game. When they play this game at full speed, some of
Mhm.
them guys run 20 plus miles per hour. You know, I remember I seen them clock Reggie Bush one time running 27 miles an hour. You know how
Uh-huh.
fast that is for a human being? That's insane.
Yeah.
So no, the people who are trying to blame him are just stupid, and no, they really need to cut it out. But I just want to come up here and just touch on that, Charles, let y'all know that the young man is recovering.
Okay.
If y'all
But don't
didn't,
go quite yet. Okay. Now
mhm.
that's one drama that's going on and stuff like that in the ESPN sports world. Here's the other one. The commentators, they are beefing and feuding. Well,
Yeah, because
there's already some tension
yeah,
going on.
you're talking about Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp,
Shane,
right?
yep, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Skip was an asshole, man. After Lamar got hurt and went into cardiac arrest, he was on some okay when they're gonna get the game on and what they're gonna do for the league. Where he was really matter of fact though, get him out of here. Let's continue to play. And it didn't come off right,
Yeah.
and he pissed off a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
He pissed off a lot of people, and it just didn't happen. And these races when they get exposed, um, they always want to play the victim.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to hurt other people, but when you get caught out there, you want to be the victim. So that's why they beefing. And same as Stephen A. Smith,
Yeah.
apparently 100,000 lashes is not enough for him because he turned around and defended somebody else white.
Actually, he's defending everybody. I don't know. It's one thing to have white friends, but
Well,
what the
I don't have
bullshit you
no, I
hanging
don't have
around
no,
with?
well, I don't have no respect for Stephen A. Smith. I talked to Stephen A. Smith one time. We was talking about the Cowboys and the way he felt about Jerry Jones just ticked me off, and I ain't talked to him since. I used to call in to his show,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that he had after First Take, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't like the way he came off then, so I messed with him, and but that's going down. That's getting bigger because Shannon Sharp is taking the opportunity to point out the racism. They're pointing out the racism. They're saying, okay, Skip ain't the only one doing this. This is what we have to endure. As black commentators, we got to put up with this stuff, this good old boy stuff. But I got news for you people out there that's racist. Your time is limited because they're getting ready to move to a homogenized society. They're trying to do away with race.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And this new way of living is not going to tolerate racism.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. It's not going to tolerate racism on
Mm-hmm.
either side. Whether it
Yeah.
be whites who hate blacks, blacks who hate whites, Asians who hate blacks, they're not tolerating it with nobody because you can't have a homogenized society with hate crimes going on all over the place. So they get ready to put an end to that,
Uh-huh.
you know, and they get ready to put an end to that.
Yeah.
Uh, so all you racists, I don't know what y'all gonna do, you know, but that's getting ready to come to an end,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's I'm glad it'll be coming to an end. Um,
Any
yeah.
update on the girl Shanquilla?
Okay, right now, the FBI is looking into the doctor, the so-called doctor that was supposed to be treating her for
Yeah,
supposed.
yeah, those doctors were paid off. So
Mhm.
you have to understand something about America, right? America's a first world country. That means we're civilized people who have morals. We tend to exercise a higher value of morals than any other country on earth. Okay? I'm not saying we're moral 100% because we're not. Okay? But I think we have the highest percentage of moral people. So when you get outside this country, everything is different. You know,
Uh-huh.
everything is different. And you because you're Americanized, you go to these other countries thinking that you're going to get certain services and privileges. Don't work that way. Like for example, when you do a crime, right? They give you an attorney if you can't afford one in America. Other countries don't do that.
Mm-mm.
You got to pay. Like for here, if you go to the hospital and say you don't have any insurance, right? They'll
Right.
take you in any old way, and then they'll get somebody to pay for like charity or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
they
they
see you
cannot turn
do
you away. Yeah, but they cannot turn you away because you don't have any insurance.
it. Right.
In other countries, you don't get that.
Sure, they don't even have. Some of them don't even have insurance. It's cash based only.
Yeah. In some countries, if you go to the hospital, if you can't pay up front, they'll let you lay there and die. I'm dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
Ask, ask Africans, am I lying or not?
Yeah.
You ain't got no money, they ain't gonna do nothing. You could be croaking. You ain't got no money, they won't touch you. They seem to be like, oh, look like he's going to croak if he does not get the medicine soon. Do you have the money? No, I don't have any money. Oh, well, he's going to croak. Sorry. Let this be a lesson to you. Next time, come here with money. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we take advantage of in this country and we take for granted that just don't happen in other countries. In other countries, like over here, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty, or unless you got caught red-handed committing a crime like beating the hell out of somebody or shooting somebody, and you got caught doing it. That's different. But in other countries, ain't they come snatch you up. You
You're
know the whole
guilty.
yeah, you're guilty until proven innocent, and it depends on what you do. They may not come get you, or they may show up. They may show up and open fire on you, depending on what the situation is. I know in China, if you carry drugs, the police gonna show up and blast you. That's a death sentence in China. So when we talking to the passport guys, man, these guys are ridiculous, man. I don't want to hold a ladies' night, but I just gotta say something about the passport guys. You guys are out of your mind. You are absolutely out of your mind. You're gonna travel thousands of miles just to go to a host show in another country. That's sad, man. You know, today's black man is a sad, sad person. You want to travel nearly 3,000 miles to go to a tropical island where you go mess with their tricks because you're not getting the native women. See, other countries are different, man. They have traditions and customs that they don't want foreigners involved in. And they mean that. So you just they gonna go into the local village and grab you a girl and walk off. It ain't gonna happen like that. Okay? So the best y'all can do is go to these hostros. All right, my headphone is dying, damn. I gotta get off. But I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay. All right.
All right. Happy ladies' night. All right.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, Max is true. In these other countries, things we take for granted, like okay, um, the okay, okay, like everything got to be paid for. Even when you got the money at the hospital, you got to pay for the medicines. You got to pay. You got to see a specialist. Got to pay for the specialist. You got to pay for everything up front. If you have nobody, you won't get no water, no food. You got to pay for that, the water and the food. Nurses, nurses to see about you. There is nurses see you to a certain extent, but the extra stuff, nah, you gotta pay for that. You gotta pay a nurse to see about you. Usually it's your family that's gotta come and see about you. Even if you're in the hospital, because somebody you have to pay somebody and pay them up front. hmm Um. Okay. I was talking about the drama that go on in the sports world. That ladies, we do not need soap operas. We don't need no reality shows. Although, how real can reality shows be if there's cameras 24/7? I don't think people can be themselves 24/7 with the cameras unless they put inconspicuously out of the way where you can't see them. But yeah, you don't have to manufacture it. It'll pop up. It'll be a regular game, and then something will happen. But as for what I was saying about the Stephen A. Smith thing, we need to be concerned about the white people he's hanging with. You know, all his friends have some issue. They showing signs of racism. Oh no, 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 no. He's my friend. He's not like that. Blah blah blah. Uh, Making excuses for them, defending them. They ain't even ask him to defend them. He's like, Stephen A can tell you I'm not like that. They ain't doing that. But he's a defender. I ain't friends. Like right now, there's the UFC owner, mixed martial art, mixed boxing, something like that. He's caught on camera in a bar or club beating his wife. Yeah, you didn't see any of that on the news. None of that was on the news. This man is beating his wife, and he's making excuses for him too. I'm like, Stephen A, something wrong with you, dude. All the white people are into some ish. Every ish you can think of, they into. You need to stop hanging around with white people, because you got to defend their ish. You need to get away from them. White friends like that just drag you down. Anyway, but let me move on. I was supposed to start off with Big Chronicle, but as you see, I got caught up in the drama. It's like, girl, did you see what was happening on ESPN tonight? Or did you hear about what was going on and this and that? Shoots. I think lately, ladies been talking about the drama going on World. I say ESPN. I mean the sports world. So I don't st- stick to certain things. Been all in the news. But anyway, let me get to my Vid Chronicle. Uh, yeah, let me get started with my Vid Chronicle, and we'll talk about that for a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next thing. I'm gonna talk about until one of the ladies come up or one of the guys come up with another topic they want to talk about. But here we go. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I
Uh
just
huh.
wanted to say real quick before you deal with that. The guy that played Paul Williams, the guy that played Paul Williams in the movie The Temptations,
hmm
that dude's got to be gay in real life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that dude's gay. If y'all don't believe me, man, y'all watch The Temptations. Look at the dude who played Paul Williams, and tell me is he gay? I think dude is gay. He got to be. That's all I wanted to say. I'll let you later.
Okay. All right then. All right. Back to the Big Chronicle. I'm gonna start it over from the top. Here we go. Okay. Okay. I think this one needs to be sent out to the Big Chronicle needs to be sent out to young people, especially young girls. Some of them are being wise stuff. Some of them are learning from their parents, but they still get exposed to. I've talked to the junior highs and the high school and even some of the middle schoolers, and they already kind of know stuff like that. But there's always gonna be that one or two that don't say nothing, or they're afraid how their parent respond, which I can kind of understand. Being afraid how the parent respond, not necessarily towards you, is towards the other person. If the parent has a temper, you worry that they're gonna do something that's gonna get them put in jail and stuff like that, or they don't want to cause a scene. You got those that they don't want a lot of attention called to themselves and stuff like that, so they don't say nothing. But they're getting wiser and wiser, and they're communicating with each other. The ones that know and stuff like that, they're trying to help their friends out, about situations, and and grown men approaching them. That's right. 16-year-old girls don't need to be spending time with 40-year-old men. 40, 30, or 20-year-old. Because I'm more worried about the 16s with the 20-year-olds. Most of the 16-year-olds think 30 and 40-year-old men are icky, or that man is old enough to be my father or my grandfather, or, but it's the that person as a child molester, I guess, because they're a little closer to their age and stuff like that. But they're more likely to get sexually involved with, or not say anything when they're being pressed into doing something they don't want to do. They don't know how to say no. They want to keep them, so they do things they don't want to do. Yeah, so ladies, yeah, even though, yeah, 30 and 40-year-old men, they are the girls, some of the girls are wise enough. No, no, they run away, they tell their parents, they tell anybody, they don't fall for any okey doke. They can't be brought, paid, sometimes these men will try to buy things for them and stuff like that, and they be like, no, my daddy can do it. If my daddy can't do it, my mama can do it. If my mom and daddy can't do it, my grandpa can do it. They got ways to get around. They don't let themselves be alone and stuff like that. They tend to go around in groups. So but the ones I'm more concerned with is the ones that's being targeted by 20 to 25 year olds. 20s, because that's a little close, that's a little closer to their age. They don't see them the same way they may see a 30, 40-year-old man approach them. Because I guess because we've been drilling it in their head for a long time. But they also get pressure. You know, I don't know. How many times I've heard a girl say, "Well, I didn't want to do it, but if I didn't, uh, uh, he'll leave me for another girl and stuff like that." Um, or they just, they figure that's the thing you're supposed to do as a girlfriend. You're supposed to have is sex with your boyfriend. No, you don't want to have sex. You don't have sex. And if you have to have sex to have a boyfriend, you don't need to have a boyfriend. Or they just don't know how to say no. The guy might tell them, "Oh, you can say no," but still put the pressure on them, and and either they don't know how to say no, they don't say no for whatever reason that's going through their minds. So I get concerned about that. Not to mean that we shouldn't be concerned about 30, 40-year-old men coming on to young girls. But 30, 40-year-old men know they're actually, I think they might be a little sneakier. Um, but if I was to think of every 16-year-old, especially that became a mother at 16-year-old, majority of the time the father is 20 and they got involved with them. And especially in states where it's 16-year-old, um, they can give consent. The question is never asked, did you give consent? Did he pressure you? Did he make you feel like you're gonna lose him? Or if you love him, you would do this thing. That type of thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Mm. For the Temptation. Oh, you love that movie? Yeah. You and the Black Knight really should have that discussion on that movie. Paul is the one who committed suicide, or he's the one who's still alive. I think he's the one that committed suicide. Hmm. Let's see. Paul in the Temptation. Let's see, what's his name? Paul Williams. Paul Williams, America's Baritone. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Paul Williams was an obvious talent of his generation. He was one of the key players of the Motown group The Temptation, but his life was marred by sadness and quickly. Hollywood has seen incredible talent, but only a few could boast of vocal prowess wielded by Paul Williams, lead singer of the hit Motown group The Temptation. Despite his gift, his life was almost doomed to fail. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to jump to see if he's the one that committed suicide. Primo, the Primes. Okay, he was in music group The Primes. Okay. Uh, Tyler had a secret struggle. He suffered from sickle cell anemia, and his illness caused him pain and proved to be a difficult experience for him. Later on, his troubles increased as he turned to alcohol to cope with the band's touring schedule and recording sessions. Soon after, he began to have money problems. Um, Biggest times in 1971. The doctors advised him to leave the group on medical grounds after a spot was found on his liver. The news was a bitter pill for Williams. Leaving the group, he found worsened his problems. However, he remained a part of the circle and helped with their choreography. Also, he decided to put his talents to good use and started recording solo material, but things had peaked in his private battles. At 34, Williams was found dead in the car. Oh, okay. He's the one that committed suicide. Found dead in the car in Detroit with a gun by his side. His death was ruled a suicide, but there are suspicions of foul play. Despite the question surrounding his death, he remains a hero of music. Okay, he's the one in the he's the one in the video, um, in the movie that they think committed suicide. Well, it was ruled a suicide. When they were doing Papa was a Rolling Stone, I seen that part of the movie. Papa was a Rolling Stone. They start flashing back to him drinking and stuff like that. I kept thinking it was when I first saw it. I kept thinking that the person was flashing back to his father. See, I had missed a huge chunk of that movie. So I came to the when they were doing the recording for Papa was a Rolling Stone, but they were playing back Williams, life and him being found in the car with a gun. But interesting. But I wonder, were they just remembering that? Could they been thinking about him when they made this song, or was the song, um, song, dealing with their, own issues with their father? Hmm. Okay. All right. So let's see now. While I'm setting up my next big chronicle. Okay. It's something to think about. I wonder about that. So I'm gonna have to see the movie again. Yeah, it's weird. I tried to see it several times, but I either missed the beginning or missed chunks of it, or I'm doing other things while it's playing, which is weird. I only caught like parts of it during the holiday because I was either busy cooking, shopping, taking people shopping, and sleeping because I was either cooking or shopping or taking people shopping. I was always tired. So I missed it. It was playing all during Christmas over and over again. And I kept missing it. I would get pieces here, pieces there. All right. All right. So here we go with the next big chronicle. Okay. All right. So she was overthinking it. She thought her husband was cheating on her. Didn't think because of the Christmas season he might have had a surprise for her, or that he was working a lot to pay for something. Yeah, I figured that one was a pretty nice one. Not all men are cheating. Not all men are being secretive because they got a secret family or they cheating. Sometimes it could be, hey, got a surprise for you. I'm working extra time. Or I'm trying to get as much overtime to pay for something or get a little something extra. I'm not quite certain, but I think what it is, He must have been buying a house and probably doing some work on it. And then he wanted to surprise her for Christmas. But she got upset, suspected they was cheating, and busted the secret. I guess the children called him when mom was mumbling, said, "I'm taking y'all to grandma," when they're supposed to be go do something else. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's it for the Vid Chronicle. Now, okay. And the next thing is not so. It's very very troubling. Um. Let's see. All right. Now, it's also something a little off about it. Ooh. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, sorry, goof there. Okay, let me try this again. All right. Okay. All right, let's try this again.
Alarming new details. We're learning about a shooting at an elementary school in Newport News, Virginia. Police say a 6-year-old boy, a first grader, somehow got a hold of a gun and opened fire at his teacher, critically wounding her. ABC's senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky is here. Aaron, good morning to you. Police say this was not an accidental shooting.
They didn't explain what it was, but they did say, Janae, it is not an accident. And in a country inured to gun violence, what happened at that elementary school in Newport News, Virginia, is truly stunning.
Teacher shot.
This morning, a 6-year-old boy is in custody and a teacher is in critical condition after a shooting at Rich Neck Elementary School.
I'm in shock, and I'm disheartened.
Female victim, she's been shot in the abdomen as well as a through and through into the hand.
Police said the 6-year-old brought a handgun to a first-grade classroom and deliberately shot the teacher.
This was not an accidental shooting.
The school locked down. Officers swarmed in, trying to calm terrified students and bewildered parents.
Instantly, my heart dropped because I'm thinking of the age of these children and what they possibly were going through at that time.
The president of the American Federation of Teachers describing the event as a horrific tragedy, adding that guns shouldn't be in our classrooms, our campuses, or anywhere near our schools. Police did not say how someone so young had access to a gun, but the school superintendent said it represented a breakdown in values.
We need to keep the guns out of the hands of our young people.
There's no school at Rich Neck Elementary on Monday while authorities figure out both how to prevent this in the future and whether the student was known to be a troubled child. The most critical question, though, Whit, how the gun wound up in the hands of a little boy. Whit?
That is the question. Such an upsetting story. All right, Aaron, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to.
Okay. All right. Okay, that was very very surprising because of the age, 6 years old. Now, okay, the article I was reading said this happened in the afternoon, which it kind of throws me off. Okay, 6-year-old brought a gun to school. The fact that the child had a gun, was able to bring it to school, nobody noticed it and stuff like that. So I was able to keep the gun And nobody noticed until the child pulled it out in the afternoon. I'm sorry, that's a little thrown off to me. I don't know, no 6-year-old, one, if they had a gun, would be able to keep it hidden and away from the students, the teacher, anybody, or keep quiet about it until in the afternoon when they pulled it out. That seems off. I wonder if the gun was already at the school. They've been talking about having guns at school, having the teachers have guns and stuff like that. Because kids talk too much. Even the quiet ones talk too much. A little boy with a gun, he'll be talking. He'll be like, "Hey, I got a gun," and stuff like that. You want to see it? That all be whispering around. You got a gun? What kind of gun? Is it black, blue, water gun? You got a second one? We can fill it up at the water fountain. No. I just cannot see it. Not no 6 years old. Not no 6-year-old boy. Yeah, is able to bring the gun to school, stay quiet about it, don't pull it out, don't mention it until in the afternoon we pulls it out and shoots his teacher. From the hand and the abdomen. I don't know if she had a hand across her stomach, and the shot went through her hand and into her stomach, or was there 2 shots fired? One in the hand and one in the stomach? Or did the child drop the gun? Did the child actually pull the trigger, or did the child drop the gun? Teacher startled him. Maybe it was like, maybe they were having show and tell in the afternoon, and he brought out a gun, and it's like, wait, where you get that gun? Hold on, and put that gun down. And I think there's more to this story. But as for right now, it's a tragedy. 6-year-old arrested. He's a little black boy, so he's not going to be treated the same. Were the parents called or involved? There's no mention of the child's parents, grandparents, nada. So, so is the child in the jail by himself? What? Are they treating him like a 6-year-old? Oh, but then again, we had the boy that shot his mother. So who knows how that's going to turn out. But I just cannot imagine no 6-year-old being able to bring a gun to the school and show absolutely nothing till in the afternoon. I can't even imagine them on the bus. They'll be talking about it. They'll be showing it, even if it's in their books. Look, yeah, I'm going to show it for show and tell. No, you can't touch it. There's been mention of it. They used to be talking about it, telling their other buddies and stuff like that. I brought a gun to show and tell. Shoot, I knew a 6-year-old who couldn't keep a whip secret. Yeah, he brought a whip. It was in his book sack. Couldn't wait to tell me about it. Well, first he said, "I got a whip." Oh, okay. You got a whip. Uh-huh. Oh, I got a whip. You got a whip? What the heck you doing with a whip? Then they had to show it to me. Let me show you. I was like, boy, you're not supposed to bring that to school. Give it here. Give it here. Oh, sorry, I'm going to put it back. No. I got to confiscate it now. You brought a weapon in school. No, it ain't. It's a whip. 6 years old. If you hit somebody with this, you'll be in trouble, buddy. But yeah, so no, I cannot imagine no 6-year-old. I need more details. They need to find out more stuff. I do not think child brought the gun to school. I think the gun was already at the school. Child saw it, pulled it out, freaked the teacher out. I personally think there's a possibility that's the teacher's gun. Maybe she had it in her desk. Maybe she had it in a file cabinet. I don't know. I just cannot see no 6-year-old bringing a gun to school and being able to keep their mouth shut. No, and not till the afternoon. No way. I don't care. They can't help themselves. They tell on themselves all the time. But hey, I could be wrong. I don't live with 6-year-olds day to day. But from what I can remember, 6-year-old little boys, nah. Shoots, Kenny, little girls neither. And if you told any of the girls, oh, they gonna tell it. So, something's off. Either they're off about it being in the afternoon. Either the reporter's off about it being in the afternoon when it happened, or it's not the child. The child found it in the afternoon and shot. Not thinking it's a real gun. Maybe thought it was a toy gun. Who knows? And what type of gun was it? Because not every gun is easy for a child to pull a trigger on. Yeah, I need more details. Okay. All right, then that's it on that horrible situation. So, anybody has a topic they want to talk about? Anything going on that they want to discuss? And yes, I got the phone line open just in case you have trouble getting through on StreamYard. Oh well. Okay, so yeah, and then okay, say they said that it was on purpose. There was no accident. Okay, say it wasn't on purpose, on accident. What did the teacher do that made a 6-year-old boy want to shoot her? I know 6-year-old boys that may hit a teacher. It might scream and fuss at her. Might throw something at her. I've even known some that will spit. But to pull a gun out to shoot, what did this teacher do? Because they saying that it was no accident. They saying the child mistaken it. They didn't say the child mistaken it for a toy and was playing with the gun. They made it sound like the child deliberately tried to shoot the teacher. So my next question is, what did this teacher do? What did this teacher do that made a 6-year-old boy bring a gun to school, have it around all day, and then wait till in the afternoon to shoot her? Because, okay, what she do to make him need a gun to protect himself from her? That happens every afternoon? What was she doing? Okay, she got shot in the hand and the stomach. I'm not saying the child's a good shot, but say he is. Was she trying to slap him, spank him? What was she doing? Okay, maybe it's just me. I that automatically assume teacher must have done something, because for the child to do it deliberately, they got to be mad about something. Think he need to protect himself from something. Nobody is believing him about something this teacher is doing, and he feel he needs to protect himself with a gun. They're not saying the child was playing with the gun, or the child brought the gun to school thinking it was a toy, didn't think it was real. And who loaded up the gun? Did the child load up the gun? I think the gun was at the school already. And what was going on that the child managed to go all morning until sometime in the afternoon, shoot the gun that he brought to school that nobody noticed until the child pulled out the gun and shot the teacher. Okay. All right, speculation on my part. But when it comes to a child situation, I usually want to look at the adult. I start questioning the teacher as soon as she's able to be questioned. I'll be trying to find out who that gun belonged to. And what's the connection to the child or the teacher? The parents. Why are we not hearing anything about the parents, guardian, grandparents, somebody? Is it the fact that it's because of a black child? That it couldn't have been an accident? That it couldn't have been the child thought it was a toy? What? No. It's because of the black child. It got to be deliberately a shot that the child, which implies the child was trying to shoot the teacher on purpose with intent to hurt, kill. What? All right. Okay. Well, that's it for me. I don't really have too much to talk about this. I'm going to wait until I hear more details about that, because I don't think it's quite as cut and chase as they imply. There's too much possibilities going on. But hey, maybe the news report was wrong. It wasn't in the afternoon when the teacher was shot. Maybe the teacher was shot in the morning and they decided to report it in the afternoon. Well, whatever. It was looking overcast. Was it morning or afternoon when the news was out and the parents was coming to get the kids and all of their kids out of the school and stuff? And wait a minute, who got the gun away from the child? Was the police already there on the scene? How fast did the police come between the report and stuff like that? What? Whoa. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of detail. Okay, all right. So how did they get the gun away from the child? Or was the gun already on the floor? How was the child response? Was the child hysterical, crying, in shock, didn't say nothing? What? Was the child afraid of the gun? What type of gun was it? Is it a gun that a child would be able to handle easily? And what type of gun would that be? Would it be a pistol? What? And a lot of guns have a kick. I can't imagine a 6-year-old handling a gun easily. Well, as I said, I need more details. Need more details. Or maybe I'm confusing that with a 5-year-old. Some 6-year-olds, I guess they could. Well, it depends on if they have some training. I just can't see it. All right. All right. I guess as I get more information, see about that. But no, there's too little information going on, and too much implication that the child is trying to shoot the teacher deliberately. Uh huh. And yes, the superintendent's right. There should not be any guns in the school at all. Yeah. So that idea of teachers having guns at the school, no, nix it, killed it, because hey, what if a child get a hold of it? Teachers have usually up to 20 to 30 students at a time. No aid sometimes, no helper. And kids dig. Oh man, do they dig. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so no guns in schools. No teacher shouldn't be having shouldn't have a gun at the school. Mm. All right, all right. So while there's just the two of us, I'm going to end this now. Peace, power, and unity, everyone. Catch y'all next time. And hey, if you're looking for gossip and drama and drama going on, hey, just watch the sports channel. It seems to be where all the drama is going on now. Shucks, if it ain't with the sport, if it ain't with the sport, it's gonna be with the commentators. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. All right. So one last time, peace, power, and unity, everyone. I catch y'all next Saturday. If not, we Max should be having a Gent Culture Sunday. If not, I'll catch y'all next Saturday for Ladies Night. Peace, power, and unity. And we're off.